Hi, I'm teacher Farah Youssef. Our grammar lesson today is about the present progressive tense. At the end of this grammar lesson, students will be able to identify and use the present progressive tense verb and form properly, and also identify and use the affirmative, negative, and interrogative forms of the present progressive tense. So how to form the present progressive tense? To form the present progressive, we have to add verb to be, is or are, of course, verb to be in present because we are speaking about the present progressive tense, plus main verb plus ing at the end of the verb. So is or are plus present participle verb plus ing. Some verbs end in e. Okay, so here, for example, take and make. See, these verbs, we have to drop the e and then add ing. For example, I am taking the bus to school. Here, I is the subject, is the verb to be, plus take, which is the main verb. Drop the e, just add ing at the end of it to make it in the progressive or continuous form. Verbs with one syllable, okay, that consist of one syllable and end in a consonant, and before the consonant we have a vowel letter, so verbs end in consonant and are preceded by a vowel letter. Here we have to double the consonant. For example, the verb sit, I am sitting outside. So the verb is sit, S-I-T, so it ends with T, which is a consonant letter, and before T we have I, which is a vowel letter, so here we have to double the last consonant letter. It is getting late, they are swimming in the river, the sea. For example, I am writing my homework now. I is the subject, which is verb to be, plus main verb write, plus ing at the end of the verb. Here also verb write, it ends with e, so we have to drop the e and ing. Drop the e and add ing. So I'm writing my homework now. He is watching TV. He is the subject, is verb to be, okay, we use with the pronoun I, is with the third person singular subjects he, she, and it. We, you, and they also we use the verb to be are. So look here, he is watching TV. Watch is the main verb. Add ing at the end of the verb to make it in the progressive form. The same for this sentence, she is walking to school. It is raining. Okay, we are eating, you are dancing, they are typing, etc. Look here at typing also, the verb, it ends with e, type, and dance the same. So we drop the e and add ing. Some other verbs. Verbs of two syllables that end in a consonant letter and are preceded by a vowel. Here, if the stress is on the second syllable, so if the stress is on the second syllable, here we have to double the consonant. Otherwise, don't double. For example, look at these two verbs. We have verb prefer. Here, the stress is on the second syllable, so here we have to double the consonant and then add ing. Another verb which is offer. Okay, here the stress is not on the second syllable, on the first syllable, so don't double. Look at the verb lie. It ends with ie. Here we have to change the ie into y and then add ing to make the progressive form. Practice 1. Use the correct present progressive form of the following verbs in brackets. It sings. Look at the subject pronoun. Of course, we write the verb to be according to the subject that we have. Here we have it. Of course, it takes is. The verb sing, ing at the end of it, so it is sinking. So in this way, we form the present progressive form of the verb sing. Verb to be plus verb plus ing. She and swim. Here we have the verb swim. She, of course, verb to be, it should be is. Okay, swim, it composed of one syllable. It ends with a consonant. Before the consonant we have vowel letter, so double the consonant, she is swimming. Number 3, they, and we have put, the verb put. It ends with consonant. Before the consonant we have vowel. It composed of one syllable, of course. So here they, it takes the verb to be are. They are putting. Last one, he admit. Look here at the verb admit. We have stress on the second syllable. So, and it ends with consonant, and before the consonant we have vowel letter. So in this way, admitting, ing double the T. He is admitting, yes. When do we use the present progressive tense? We use the present progressive tense simply in 3 cases. First, if the action, to show an action that is in progress at the moment of speaking. And when I say at the moment of speaking, it means that expressions, some expressions should be used, like now, right now, at present, at the moment. For example, now, at this time, I am explaining my grammar lesson about the present progressive tense. So here, the action of the verb here is now in progress at the moment of speaking. Another case for using the present progressive is to show also an action that is taking place in the present, but not at the moment of speaking. For example, I'm looking for a new job that can fit my social state. The last use, or another use for expressing the present progressive tense, is to show near future. So, to express an action that will take place in the near future. For example, my students are attending a movie tomorrow. Okay, so this expresses, to express somehow near future. Non-progressive verbs are verbs that describe a state rather than an action. We have a lot of non-progressive verbs. Some of these non-progressive verbs are, we have verbs that describe an emotional state, for example, hate, like, dislike, okay? We have verbs that describe a mental state. We have verbs that show position. We have verbs that express sense, perception, okay? And we have verbs that describe a state. Practice 2. Choose the correct verb form in brackets. John wants or is wanting to talk with you. Of course, here we have to use the present tense of the verb want. Why? Because the verb want is non-progressive verb. Because it shows a state more than an action. So the correct answer wants. Number 2. Now, women all around the world seek or are seeking jobs. All around the world, women now are seeking jobs. We have here the expression now. I type or I am typing my lesson at this moment. So at the moment of speaking, at this moment, of course, I have to use the present progressive tense. So I am typing. Number 4, Alan always tells lies. Now he is lying or is lying. How to write lying? of course, verb lie, it ends with IE. We said that we have to change the IE into Y and then add ing. And of course, here we have to use it in the present progressive because we have the expression or the word here, time, word now. So is lying. Present progressive tense with its affirmative, negative, and question forms. I mean here by the affirmative, the positive form of the sentence. It means that the sentence, it doesn't contain any negative word like not, and affirmative, it means that it declares or states something. And any affirmative word sentence should end with a period. So here the form should be subject plus verb to be, is or are, plus verb plus ing and complement, and it ends with period. For example, she is playing football, or I am writing my letter now. As for the negative form, subject plus verb to be, is, are, plus not. Here we use not in order to make it in the negative form, plus verb and ing at the end of it, plus complement. For example, you are not or you aren't drinking water. She is not or Sally is not or Sally isn't eating her sandwich. As for the interrogative or question sentence, verb to be, is, are, plus subject, okay, plus the present progressive verb plus ing, plus complement and the question mark at the end. Look at this affirmative sentence. He is singing loudly. Let us change it into the question or interrogative. Start with the verb to be, is, and then the subject he, then the present participle singing. He singing loudly, question mark. For example, yes, he is, or no, he isn't. Practice 3. Complete the following chart: affirmative, negative, and the question. Sentence 1. She is watching the movie. This is an affirmative sentence. Let us change it into negative by adding the word not after verb to be. She is not or isn't watching the movie. In the question form, let us start with the verb to be. Is she watching the movie? They aren't studying English at this moment. Let us change it into the affirmative form by crossing the word not. So they are studying English at this moment. In the question, are they studying English at this moment? The last sentence, is the television working properly right now? Let us change it into the affirmative form. The television starts with the subject, then the verb to be, then the main verb plus ing. So the television is working properly right now. In the negative, the television is not working properly right now. Summative exercise. Correct the one grammatical error in each sentence below. Only one sentence has two errors. Right now, Sammy sits at his desk with a cheerful smile. This sentence starts with the time expression right now. This time expression, it means that the verb should be in the present progressive and not in the simple present. So, look at the verb sit here. It composes of one syllable. It ends with a consonant. Before the consonant, we have vowel letters, so we have to double the consonant. If you are thinking this dish is smelling nice, wait until you taste it. Look at these two verbs. Are thinking, is smelling. These two verbs are non-progressive because they show a state more than an action. So we should use them in the present simple. If you think this dish smells nice, wait until you taste it. I'm not understanding why food at home looks much better any other place. Here the verb not understanding, okay, I'm not understanding here. The verb should be used also in the present simple. Why? Because verb understand is non-progressive verb. And the sentence here is in the negative form. So I don't understand. Okay. Listen, the baby is crying. Look at the verb cry here. Okay, we should add the letter Y, cry. It ends with Y. Then we add the ing in order to form the progressive form. اسمع